Welcome to Community Machinery. We're doing some work on our TOS SN50B Lathe, which may be very similar to an SN50C. We've fixed this spindle control lever. It had a lot of slop here in this hex shaft, so basically we bored out this piece here and put in we actually just used a metric impact socket. We bored it out, or we cut off the end and chamfered it so it went on top of here. I forget if you just got to measure whether it's somewhere around 20 millimeters. And what you want to do is pull out these two dowels here. They're tapered dowels. You get a socket, you put it on a bolt like that so you have some room to pull it out. The advantage of using the socket is that the quarter-inch drive square here helps keep it centered on the dowel pin. So if you had a piece of tubing and washers, it's gonna slide around. You won't have that. So you gotta pull those two out. You gotta watch because it's spring loaded in the back here. So when you have that apart where you're putting together, you gotta use some pressure to get those springs in. So you'll slide this off. And then the next thing you gotta do is get behind this cover here, and there'll be a pin on this shaft. You also gotta take out this lever here and allow this shaft to rotate. And what that will do, you got this groove here, and if you turn that, you'll see flathead screws. There'll be 4 of them. And what there's a groove in this piece here that has a split collar. So taking those 4 out, you'll be able to pull it out and then take the split collar off and pull this assembly out. You're also going to need to take these bearings off the end here, and that's actually where this dowel is from right there. So you got to do that for there. And you got another tapered pin that's in this hole here in the bottom right, and the rest is just unthreading. So that's pretty straightforward. What we did to index this when we put it back together, we had our socket, we had it bored out so it was just sliding fit, and we just marked it with a scribe, put a tack weld, and then came back. If you need to look to see where the clutch is in the right position, it's just behind this cover right here. So you can find it, make sure it's in neutral before putting that lever back together. The other thing we've just done, we had an oil leak. You can see the hex shaft for the carriage is out right now. So there's a shaft that goes in here. There's a tapered dowel pin here. And in the back there, you'll see something that looks like this. Now, not knowing what that was, I assumed that it was just for a pin spanner. So I made up 54 millimeter on center, a piece of bar with a couple dowel pins, not realizing it's not even threaded. This, I believe, is tapered. I haven't measured to see what the taper is. So what I would recommend, these 2 holes are threaded. So drill those 2 holes on a piece of flat bar that's 54 millimeters apart, and use something like a piece of threaded rod, whether you weld that on your flat bar, and then put a big washer out here with a nut, and then that will just pull that. And then you pop this apart, and you'll see on the back here, we have a 40 by 52 by 7 oil seal. And I noticed the bearings in there, they got a bunch of junk in them, so we might still need to pull this off to disassemble everything inside and get that cleaned out. But anyhow, I know it was really tough finding a TOS video when I was looking at pulling some of this stuff apart, so please like and subscribe, and I'll be sure to put more of these out there. As far as we got this machine, we got, as you can see, we got our milling machines here. We got this Heckert radial arm drill here, which is a good machine. And we got our Heidemeck bandsaw, our Piranha iron worker, and our welding equipment over here. So there's always continual maintenance, and I'd love to post more of these videos. So please like and subscribe, and take care. Thanks so much for watching.